Welcome everyone, I'm Amanda. We're going to flow with a 45-minute power flow. So let's just start just to kind of ground ourselves, decompress from the morning in child's pose. So big toes touch, knees are the width of the mat, hands are reaching out in front. Forehead is down. And spread through the fingertips, just kind of start to connect to the breath. And then inhale up to all fours. Stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Inhale, drop the stomach. Inhale, look up. And exhale, round. Tuck the chin in towards the chest. Inhale, arch the back. See if you can get a little more rotation in the hips. Stretching out the core, look up. And exhale, round. One more, inhale. And exhale. Good, neutral spine. Lift the right leg. Keep the hip closed, reaching back through the right heel. Inhale, lengthen through that right heel, toes reaching down. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen, keep the shoulders stacked over the wrists. Exhale, lower the chest and chin, elbows in. Inhale up, exhale round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, knee to nose, round the spine. One more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower chest and chin. Inhale up. Bring the left hand slightly over to the right, bringing the right hand up. So you're keeping that right foot flexed, coming into a supported Ardha Chandrasana. Reaching back through the right heel, reaching the right hand up, and then turn that top palm to face forward, reach up over the ear. Keep lengthening, stretch. Stacking right hip on top of left, one more breath. Good, right arm up, broaden, and then lower the right hand. Lower the right foot now, but keep the shape. So you're just gonna push back through the hands to get into a deep calf stretch through that right leg. Left knee stays down. Breathe, keep reaching back through that right heel. The more you push with your hands, the deeper stretch you'll feel. And then lower the right knee. Stacking, coming onto all fours again, and then lift the left leg. Flex the foot, working the toes towards the floor. Inhale, lengthen, keep the core strong. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower chest and chin. Inhale up. Exhale, round, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower. One more, inhale. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower chest and chin. Inhale up. And then keep the right hand in front of the right knee. Lift the left hand. Flexing through the left foot. Keeping the foot in line with the hip as you stack left hip on top of right. Turn the top palm to face forward, reach up over the ear. Breathe. Be mindful you're not sinking into the right shoulder. Keep lifting up. Lengthen. Good, and then left arm up, broaden through those arms. Lower the left hand, lower the left toes. Push through the hands to get a deeper stretch through that left calf. Push a little further. Good. And then come up, tuck the toes, lift the hips for downward facing dog. Soften the right knee, sink the left heel. Keep pushing the chest back towards that bent leg. And switch. Push the chest back a little further, reaching out of those shoulders, and then back to neutral down dog. Inhale, shoulders forward to plank. Exhale, lower. The elbows in, hover. So see if you can tuck the tail, lift the tips of the shoulders, and then inhale the upward facing dog. So some of you adrenaline junkies, I know you're out there. If you want to go into a double chaturanga, it looks like this. So right from up dog, you would tuck your toes and go right back into chaturanga, and then push up to plank, and then back to down dog. Now, I have a lot of tension. My arms are super strong, so I don't really need that or particularly want that. But it's an option. So your vinyasa would look like this. So inhale, plank, exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale back to chaturanga. Plank, down dog. So you get that double in, okay? So I'll keep reminding you that that's an option, or a simple traditional chaturanga, or excuse me, traditional vinyasa is chaturanga down, inhale up, and exhale back. Down dog. Good, so we'll all meet in down dog, whatever you chose. Keep lifting the hips up high, and then look between the hands and walk feet to hands. Inhale, look out, lengthen. Exhale, lower. Fold, keep the knees bent. I gotta do something with this. I knew it was gonna be a bad idea. Don't mind me, keep your forward fold. Good, separate the feet if you haven't yet. Bend the knees a little bit more, working the chest towards the legs. Grab opposite elbow. Tuck the chin in towards the chest. And then pulling on opposite elbow, bend the knees more, shifting the weight into the heels, reaching the elbows forward. So back is flat. Sitting bones are rolling up and back. Keep the gaze down. Keep the torso long and reach forward. Palms face each other. Retract the shoulders back. Keep the knees stacked over the ankles. Inhale, lift the chest for chair. So your legs stay bent, nice and strong. Get a little bit lower. Tuck the tail. Good. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, look out, lengthen. Exhale, walk or jump back, Chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale back, down dog or that double Chaturanga. Lift the right leg. Keep the hip closed, reaching back through the right heel. Knee to nose, shoulders forward, hover, and then lightly lunge the right foot in between the hands. Left hand down, right hand up for a twist. Stacking right shoulder on top of left. Keep lengthening through the legs. Good. Lower the right hand, step back, down dog. Keep lifting the hips up and back. Look between the thumbs, bend the elbows. So you're just going to hover your elbows over the mat and drag the sternum in between the thumbs right into up dog. Exhale back, down dog. Lift the right leg again. Reaching back through that right heel. Knee into the nose, shoulders forward now. Right foot in between the hands. Inhale, arms up, crescent lunge. Get nice and low through those hips. Lower the back knee. Point the back foot. Interlace the hands and turn the palms up towards the ceiling. Soften the elbows a bit, pulling the shoulders down. You can slightly bend the elbows to get into the fingers. Now keep pushing into the top of that back foot and lift the left knee. Really deep into the hips. Enjoy. Keep pulling your right hip back, the left hip forward. Inhale, look up. Feel light. You're not sinking down, you're lifting up. One more breath. Good. Lower the hands. Left foot to right, top of the mat. Inhale, look out, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look out, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up, look up. Exhale, lower, Tadasana. Pause. Keep focusing on the breath as we move through the other leg. Inhale, reach the arms out and up, look up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale brings you up. Exhale, back, down dog. Reach back through that left heel. Keeping the left inner thigh reaching towards the right. Lengthen back. Knee into the nose, shoulders forward, hover. Left foot in between the hands. Right hand down, left hand up for a twist. Stacking left shoulder on top of right. Keep reaching back through that right heel. Getting lower through the hips, longer through the legs. One more breath. Good. Left hand down, step back, downward facing dog. Look between the thumbs, bend the elbows, and scoop into upward facing dog. Exhale back, down dog. Left leg lifts. Hip is closed, reaching back through that left heel. Knee into the nose, shoulders forward, hover. Lunge the left foot. Inhale, both arms up for crescent lunge. Keep reaching back through that right heel and then slowly lower the right knee. Good, point the back foot. Interlace the fingers the opposite way. So the opposite thumb's in front, turn the palms up. Keep pushing the hips forward, pushing into the top of that back foot so you're able to lift the right knee. Pull the left hip back, the right hip forward. Breathe, look up. One more. If you're shaking, you're doing it correctly. Good, slowly lower the back knee, lower the hands, right foot to left, top of the mat. Inhale, look out, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Separate the feet hip width apart, heels slightly turned out. Middle and index finger, hook the big toes. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold, Padangusthasana. Soften the shoulders, keep working the chest towards those legs. Shift more of the weight into the toes, out of the heels. One more, inhale, lengthen through the front body. And exhale, fold. Good, now a little bandha check. So keep the toes hooked. Shift the weight into the right foot. Use your pelvic floor, your inner thighs, all those little muscles you don't always think about to lift your left leg out towards the left. Might be just a few inches, might be all the way. You're working your foot in line with your hip. Keep pushing into the big toes to help yourself balance. One more breath, lift the foot a little higher. Good, and then slowly with control, lower that left foot. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Just take a break before we go to the other side. Inhale, lengthen. Good, keep the toes hooked. Shift the weight into the left foot and lift the right leg out and up. This side might be totally different, so be patient with yourself. Move slowly. Keep pushing into those big toes. Whoop. You're reaching that foot up, in line with the hip. One more breath. Good, slowly lower the right foot. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Hands to the hips. Draw the elbows together behind the back and come on up. Push the hips forward, little standing back bend, look up. Good, neutral. Moving through Surya Namaskara B. So again, moving with the breath. Heel toe the big toes together, heels together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale, back down dog. Left heel and right foot lunges. Inhale, warrior one, arms up. Just moving with one breath. Exhale, lower the hands. Same exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale up. And exhale back. Other side, right heel in, left foot lunges. Inhale, warrior one. Lower the hands, step back, same exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale, back, down dog. We're here for 5 breaths, so check in. The breath is probably a bit choppy. See if you can use this down dog to smooth it out, to lengthen each inhale and exhale. Can you get deeper in your down dog by lifting the hips, reaching out of the shoulders and sinking the heels? Keep spreading through the fingers, reaching the thumbs especially towards one another. One more breath. Look between the hands, come high up onto the toes, walk or jump, feet to hands. Inhale, look out, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Feet together, bend the knees, sweep the arms. Inhale, chair. Get nice and low into those hips, tucking the tail. Palms come together to heart center. Left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Inhale, lengthen, reach forward through the crown of the head, back through the hips, and twist. Keep the arms here or exalt the arms, and then keep the right knee forward and reach the left leg back. Inhale, exhale, twist. One more, inhale, and exhale. Good, unwind the twist, hands to either side of the foot. Keep the wide stance and straighten the right leg. You can flex the front foot if you want a little more. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. Use this as a break, use this as a way to get really deep into that hamstring. One more breath, inhale, exhale, fold. Good, inhale, look forward, bend the right knee. Arms come out wide like wings. Good, so stacking the front knee over that front ankle. Start to reach towards the back of the room. Keep the chest high, shift the weight into the right foot, and fly for airplane. Flexing that floating foot, open up the heart. Good, lift the foot a little higher, one more breath. Good, and then slowly come up to standing, bringing the left knee with you. Hug the left knee into the chest using your arm strength. Pull the elbows in, shoulders back, crown of the head up. So you're getting longer just by standing here. Good. And then hands to the hip joints. Keep that left knee lifted. Straighten the left leg. And slowly float left foot to right. Nice. Ready for the other side? Big toes, heels together. Bend the knees, sweep the arms. Inhale, chair. Get nice and low. Tuck the tail, palms together. Right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Again, getting the hips low. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. You may keep the hands here or exalt the arms. Keep pulling your right hip back. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, twist. Now keep the left knee forward and lightly lunge the right foot back. Nice wide stance with the legs. If it's a little wobbly transition, it's okay. Squeeze into the hips. Find your balance. Inhale, lengthen, get lower through that left knee, and exhale, twist. One more. Good. Unwind the twist, hands to either side of the front foot. Straighten that left leg. Inhale, look out, lengthen. Exhale, fold. You can lift the toes if you want a little more. Inhale. Exhale, fold. One more, use this as a break. Lengthen through the front body. Exhale, fold. Good. Inhale, look forward. Come high up onto the fingertips. Bend the left knee. Stacking left knee over the ankle. Arms come out wide. Shift the weight into the left foot and fly for airplane. Squeezing that right inner thigh to the left. Open up the chest. Lift a little higher. Good, and then slowly come up to standing, bringing the right knee with you. Elbows in, shoulders back. Gaze at something that's not moving to help you with your balance, and then hands to the hips. Straighten out that right leg, and slowly float left foot to right. Good. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale up. Pause here and up dog. So if it's too much on your lower back, you can separate your knees or lower to your knees. Otherwise, it's just the hands and the tops of the feet touching the floor. Can you pull your shoulders back and gaze over to the left? Keep sinking the hips and then gaze forward and over to the right. Good, back to center. Now gaze over to the left and kind of roll your hips over, just getting into the psoas, making it a nice little twist. Back to center and up and over to the other side. Keep sinking the hips, rolling the shoulders back. Back to center. Staying on the tops of the feet, plank. Tops of the feet. Down dog on the tops of the feet. Keep lifting the hips. You're trying not to crunch your toes. You're actually working to stay on the tops of the feet so you can stretch out those shins. When you've had enough of that, untuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Walk it out. Turn the right heel in. Lunge the left foot forward. Inhale, arms up, warrior one. So you're in a nice wide stance, squaring the hips and torso towards the front of the room, the back leg straight and strong. Can you ground the outer edge of that back foot so you're able to lift the inner arch? Good, interlace the hands behind the back. Inhale, open up the shoulders. Exhale, left shoulder to the inside of the knee, hands over the head. Keep bending the left knee, getting the hips lower, still grounding the outer edge of that back foot. Neck is soft. Work the hands a little closer to the floor for one more breath. Good. Hands to the lower back and slowly come up to standing. Open up the chest, look up. Good, release the arms. Shake out the arms and find your way to warrior two. So hips are now open to the right side of the room. Flip the left palm, inhale, lengthen, reach towards the front. Exhale, exalted warrior. So it's not turning into a back bend where your torso is squaring forward. You can stay in your exalted warrior. You want to keep pulling your right hip back so you're opening up the left side of the rib cage. Now, bend the top arm. Bring the hand to the nape of the neck and let your head rest into that left hand. Keep pulling the elbow up, pulling the right hip back. Bend the left knee a little lower, one more breath. Pull the left elbow to the left a little bit. Good. Back to warrior two. Left elbow to the inside of the knee, right arm up. Get lower through those hips, turn that top palm to face forward, reach up over the ear. Keep grounding the outer edge of that back foot again. One more breath. Good, right arm up. Back to warrior two. Legs do not move, stay strong. Nice. Straighten the left leg, shorten the stance a bit. Inhale, reach towards the front of the mat, and then tilt to triangle. Getting all into the right side body now. If you want a little more, you can reach up over your head. If it's a little too intense on your neck, your gaze can be down. Be mindful of that top shoulder. It doesn't want to kind of shrug towards the ear. You want to keep pulling that shoulder away from the ear. One more breath. Now, if you're okay on your lower back and you don't have any issues, stay here and just lift your left hand. So it's like you're holding a beach ball above your head. Keep opening up your heart. Breathe. Pulling the right ribs up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale up. Good, left toes in. Inhale, both arms up. Lengthen through the front body. Maybe a little back bend, reach back. And exhale, fold. In between both legs, so you're hinging down the midline. Keep grounding the outer edges of the feet. Inhale, look out, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Start to walk the hands back in between the feet. And you're staying strong through your feet, so keep lifting those inner arches. Grounding through the big toes. Let your head soften. Can you roll the sitting bones up and bring the head closer to the floor? One more breath. Good, hands to the hips. Draw the elbows together behind the back and inhale up. Good. Now just keep this stance. You may want to shorten it a little bit. Turn the right toes out. Now you want to lengthen your stance. Bend the front knee. Arms out wide. for warrior 2. Now notice, so you're going to turn that back foot forward just a little bit. Keep grounding the outer edge of the foot. You're pulling your right hip back, left hip forward for warrior 1. Facing the back of the room, get lower through that right knee. Good. Interlace the hands behind the back. Inhale, open up the shoulders. Exhale, right shoulder to the inside of the knee, hands over the head. Keep grounding the outer edge of that back foot, letting your head go. Notice the jaw, the lips, all those little tiny places that we hold tension that we don't even realize. Good. Keep the hands interlaced and slowly come back up to warrior 2. Little back bend if you want. Release the arms. Warrior 2. So opening up the hips again, pulling that left hip back, turning the right knee towards the pinky toe. Flip that right palm. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, exalted warrior. Keep getting lower through the right knee, pulling your left hip back so it's still a side body opening, not a back bend. And then bend that top arm, allowing the head to rest into the right hand. Keep pulling the elbow back and over to the right slightly. Get lower through the right knee. Be mindful you're not adding extra pressure in that back knee. One more breath. Good. Right arm up, back to warrior 2. Right elbow to the inside of the knee, left arm up. Get lower through those hips. Turn the top palm to face forward, reach up over the ear. Stacking, pulling your right hip under, left hip on top. Keeping that top shoulder away from the ear. One more breath. Good. Inhale up. And then straighten the right leg. Shorten the stance. So heel toe that back foot up a bit. Inhale, reach towards the back of the mat, and then tilt to that triangle. Shoulders are soft, grounding through the big toes. Again, you can look up or down, whatever makes you happy. One more breath. Good. Reach up over that top ear if you did last time. And again, if your lower back isn't tricky and it felt good last time, then go ahead and hold the beach ball above your head. Keep pulling your left ribs back. Reach the right hand up. Breathe. And inhale up to standing. Turn the right toes in. Keep both hands up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold down the center. Inhale, lengthen, look out. Exhale, fold. Walk the hands towards the front of the mat. Step back, vinyasa. Slowly, chaturanga. Inhale up. And exhale back. Good, reach back through the shoulders. Ground through the heels so much that maybe you're able to lift your toes in your down dog. Good, look between the hands, walk or jump, feet to hands. Inhale, look out, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up, look up. Exhale, lower, Tadasana. Good, so keep squeezing knees and ankles together. Reach the hands forward. Palms face each other, retract the shoulders back and down. Keep the gaze forward and start to lift the heels. Keep squeezing knees and ankles together as you lift your heels and slowly start to bend the knees. Keep lifting the heels, get a little bit lower, and then right before it gets comfy and your legs aren't working anymore, come up an inch. Pause, shoulders back, get a little lower. Good, and then slowly come all the way down. You want your heels to touch. They may not be touching the floor yet, that's okay. Keep your big toes together, open up the knees for Malasana. So you can keep your hands just reaching forward, that might be enough. You can start to open up your arms or wrap and bind the arms around the shins. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Pull the shoulders away from one another, broadening the collarbone. Working to shift the weight into your heels more and more. One more breath. Good, and then release the hands to the front of the mat, knees to armpits, Bakasana. So you're lifting one foot at a time or both. Eventually you just float your feet off the floor effortlessly, so there's no momentum there. Keep looking forward. Can you bring your heels up higher? Splay the toes out a little longer. One more breath. And then shoot the legs back right into Chaturanga. Don't overthink it. Just keep your arms slightly bent and just straighten your legs towards the back of the mat. Inhale up. And exhale back. Look between the hands, walk or jump, feet to hands. Inhale, look out, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up, look up. Exhale, lower, Tadasana. Good, so now we're gonna set up eagle legs, eagle arms. So shift the weight into your right foot and lift the left knee. Find that balancing on one foot first, and then start to soften your standing leg, stacking left knee on top of right. You can double hook your toes if available. Arms out wide, and then left elbow under the right elbow, working the hands together. Can you pull your shoulders down the back, elbows up, and hands away from the face? Keep pulling your left hip back, get a little bit lower. You may stay here, or you can forward fold. Good. Breathe. Inhale, slowly come up. Keep the eagle arms, unwind the legs, and hinge back to airplane with eagle arms. Work to straighten the standing leg, close that left hip. Keep the eagle arms, soften the right knee, and lightly lunge the left toes back. Inhale, reach up and back. Good, and then release the hands. Lower the back knee, straighten the right leg. Going into half split or full split. So we're getting into those hamstrings again. Keep your hips square. So keep pulling your right hip back as you fold over that right leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. That might be too much. If it is, you'll just keep your back knee directly under your back hip, so your left hip, and you stay stacked. That's half split. If you feel like you can go a little deeper, then you'll start to straighten your back leg, but not at the sacrifice of opening up your hips. So most cheerleaders and gymnasts want to just get as low to the ground as possible. That's probably how most of us have learned splits. I know that's how I was taught. So I'm asking you to do it differently by maybe coming up higher than you're used to, pulling your right hip back, and you'll feel it in a different part of your hamstring. Inhale, look out, lengthen. Exhale, fold. One more. Exhale, fold. Good, inhale. Soften the right knee. Heel toe the right foot over for pigeon. So we got to get into our hips. Walk the hands in, open up the heart, create a little bit of a back bend, and then slowly walk it forward. We're not here for as long as usual, but just enjoy this hip opener. Keep the back toes tucked under. And stay in your pigeon for just a few more breaths. So of course, as athletes, you're squatting, you're lunging, you're biking, you're running, all those things are really intense on our hips, and we ask a lot of them. So now's the time to just kind of give some love back and just kind of open them up, soften, surrender, do what you can to try to get into this space. You're feeling it probably in the front of the left hip and really intensely on that back right hip. If you're feeling it any other place, then that's okay. You just know that you need it. If you do feel it in your right knee, you would lie on your back and do the hip opener. You stay in pigeon if you're good. Otherwise, if you're not, the modification for pigeon is this guy. You'll still get into that same spot and that hip. So wherever you're at, hold it for one more breath. Good, and then slowly walk the hands back in under the shoulders, tuck the back toes, and push back to down dog with the right leg straight and the left knee bent. Both feet are down, just push back. And then inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale up. And exhale back. Look between the hands, walk or jump, feet to hands. Inhale, look out, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up, look up. Exhale, lower. Shift the weight into the left foot and lift the right knee. Soften the left knee and stack right knee on top of left. Double hook the toes. And then this time, right elbow under the left. Working the hands together, elbows up, hands away from the face, shoulder blades drawing down the back. You might just stay upright, keep pulling your right hip back, or fold forward, working your elbows in front of the knees. Keep pulling that right hip back. Get lower through that standing leg, sinking the hips. One more breath. Good, slowly come up to standing. Unwind the legs, keep the eagle arms for airplane with eagle arms. Working both legs as straight as possible, reach back through the right heel. Drop that right inner thigh, one more breath. Soften the left knee, lower the right foot. Inhale, little baby back bend, look up. And then lower, release the hands, and set up your split on the other side. So again, could be that half split, just keeping your right hip stacked over that knee and just folding over that left leg, or you can work to straighten the back leg. Wherever you're at, keep working on squaring off those hips, pulling your left hip back. I find I get a whole lot more when I keep my front foot flexed. So if you can, do that. And then the tendency is that the toes kind of want to roll out, probably do all kinds of funky things. So try to keep your toes facing the ceiling and the outer edge of your foot back, and you'll feel it in all those little muscles in the calf, the leg. Inhale, look out, lengthen. Exhale, fold. One more breath. Good. Slowly come out of it and just bend the left knee, heel toe the left foot over. Again, if you feel it in your knee and you know you do, just go right onto your back and just make sure you get the other side. If pigeon's okay today, then walk the hands in towards the hips, create that little back bend, and then slowly walk it forward. Keep the breath calm, steady, knowing that we're slowly starting to wind down our practice. Two more breaths here. See if you can create a little more space in between the knees, softening the hips a little closer to the floor. Last breath, inhale. Good. Slowly walk the hands in. Push back to down dog with the left leg straight and the right knee bent. Good. Let's move through a vinyasa. So inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up. And exhale, back, down dog. And then drop to the knees. Inhale, up. So just step your right foot forward. Your front knee is stacked over the front ankle. The tendency is that the knee wants to jet over that front ankle, but make sure your shin is straight. Good. Now, Keep pushing the hips forward, reach around and grab the left foot. Again, if you feel it in your knee, don't do it. But this is quite safe for your knee, so hopefully it's okay. And just start to reach around using your right hand to pull the foot into the hip. Really intense, getting into that quad, one of the biggest muscles in our body. Open up the chest. Keep pushing forward so you're not on your kneecap, you're actually on that quadricep. Getting really deep into those hips. One more breath. Good, and then release the left foot and just step back as gracefully as possible. Coming back to both knees and then step the left foot forward. Nice easy transition. Get into the hips nice and low. Again, making sure that front knee is stacked over the ankle, and then reach around and grab your right heel or foot. I find it more accessible to use your left hand, but whatever works. Also, if you're not able to hold your hand or hold your foot with your hand, if you have a strap or a shirt or a towel or something that you can wrap around this foot, and then you'd hold, kind of loop it around the ankle, and then you'd hold the strap. Keep pushing the hips forward, get a little bit lower. Good, and then release that foot. Push back to both knees, setting up a back bend. So hands to the lower back, push the hips forward, inhale, open up the chest. Keep pushing the hips forward like you're trying to get your hip bones on the wall in front of you. And then maybe you just stay here and start to look back. Or if you have space today, you can reach towards your heels, coming into camel pose. Keep pushing the hips forward, and if it's okay on your neck, look back. Inhale up, and just counter that. Bringing the big toes to touch, knees stay open. Walk the hands forward for child. Good. Slowly come up, back to both knees. This time bring your knees together. So we've been working those quads a lot. So peel the calves away from one another and sit in between the heels if possible. We've done this before. It's Virasana, hero pose. If this is tricky, and again, if it's in your knees, just do one leg at a time. That's probably more accessible. If not, you can, if you have a block or a pillow, something to keep your hips elevated, that might help too. So if you're down, like I am, and your sitting bones are touching and you're still not quite getting enough in your quads, you can start to work into reclining. So you'll start to maybe just come to your forearms. This might be enough. Now you're feeling it in the quads. If you still want more, you can come all the way back, lying on your back. Full pose is when you grab opposite elbow above the head and keep working the lower back down. Good. One more breath here. And then slowly come up. Move through one last vinyasa. So right into plank, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale up. And exhale back, down dog. Look between the hands and your down dog. Slightly bend the knees, push the chest back and look way far in front of your mat and see if you can jump your feet through to seated. Peel the flesh away from the sitting bones. Hands next to the hips. Keep your legs active, your feet active. Inhale, both arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Just a nice, gentle forward fold. This is the second most stress relieving pose there is in the whole sequence. So the first one, well, I guess Shavasana is a pose, then child's pose, and then this. So if you're ever having trouble sleeping at night or you're stressed out during the day, it's really nice to grab just a nice seated forward fold. If it's too intense to keep your legs straight, especially when you're not warm, I know it can be intense, then just keep your knees bent and just let your head soften in between the knees. One more breath here. And then inhale up. Reach the hands forward, the palms face each other, retract those shoulders, keep your feet active. The feet are pushing into the mat as you slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time. Good. Hug both knees into the chest, rock a little side to side. And then we'll just end with a nice reclining twist. So keep the right knee hugging in towards the chest, straighten out the left leg, and then reach the right hand out. Try to keep that right shoulder down as you twist the knee across the body. Inhale, and exhale, twist. Good, back to center. Straighten out the right leg, hug the left knee in. Inhale, and exhale, twist. Nice pop. Don't know if you heard that. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale. Good, unwind for Shavasana, just for a few moments here. Let your body just absorb all that hard work you put in. Just let it rest. Feel the support of the floor. Let the palms fall open as a symbol that you're allowing yourself to do nothing for just a few moments out of your day. Just kind of rock the feet if you're still feeling like you're holding on to your legs in any way. Allow the breath to just flow in and out effortlessly. See if you can soften the stomach, all those internal muscles, internal organs that we somehow still hold on to in some capacity. See if you can just surrender everything. Taking one last mental body scan, starting at your feet. And just slowly working up your body, seeing if you can soften anything and everything. Stay here for as long as you'd like. If you're on to the next thing, then go ahead and start to wiggle your fingers, your toes, reach up over the head, lengthen through the right side and the left side, just like a good morning stretch. Hug the knees in, rock a little back and forth, up and down, eventually meeting in a comfortable seated position. So just taking a moment to acknowledge your efforts, knowing that you rolled out your mat, you did your work today, thanking yourself for creating the space, time, and energy to take care of yourself. I thank you for always joining me. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Namaste.